Okay, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Some dumb guy here. You know, in the life of a collector, this is what you have to expect. Just when you've finished going through, sorting, cataloging all of your big bulk 90 some odd titles that you received in over your Black Friday hauls, in rolls the goods. That's right. And here we go all over again. But first, a cameo from our sponsor. It is Sugar. She has come. She heard the voice. She came running. She wanted to say hello. Say hi, Sugar. You do. Go play. Today's haul is going to be a wonderful blend of GRUV, of Amazon, and of eBay. We're going to go into the Amazon stuff first because I hate these things floating around too long. We're diving in for a blind buy 4K from 1969. We have a classic Western, Once Upon a Time in the West, with slipcover. What do we say, slipcovers? We say yay. Once Upon a Time in the West stars Claudia Cardinale, Henry Fonda, Jason Robards, and Charles Bronson. This movie came out in 1969. Again, I have never seen it. Been wanting to add it to my Western watch list for some time. Now I may do so. Ooh, this one's heavy. Bye-bye, kitty. She doesn't like the noise. Ooh, that's healthy. Okay. Got to give a little shout out here to fellow YouTuber Mega Mike, the movie guy. I've recently begun watching his channel intermittently, and he recently presented in the last week or two a DVD collection that he picked up at Walmart. Those of you who watch my channels know how I feel about Walmart. Those of you who have really watched my channel have seen my 4-part series documenting the decline of physical media inventory at Walmart. So, will I ever go back? Maybe just to do more footage. However, he picked up this collection on DVD there and presented on his video. I decided, you know what? It still seems like a worthwhile purchase. So I popped on to Amazon right then and there, paused his video, looked it up, and I saw, hey, there's a Blu-ray option. And it was a really great price for what it is. But enough suspense. What we're talking about is the Audrey Hepburn 7-movie collection on Blu-ray. And we want to focus. We like focus. It's almost as important as balance. This box set contains Breakfast at Tiffany's, Funny Face, My Fair Lady, Paris When It Sizzles, Roman Holiday, Sabrina, and War and Peace. Now, if memory serves, these are all on their own individual discs. You're recalling correctly on Amazon, which is always a great thing, right? We're not all going to be compressed into multiple movies on a disc. Until recently, I'd never seen a Audrey Hepburn film. I have been fortunate enough to change that. In the theater in the last year and a half or so, I've seen re-releases of Breakfast at Tiffany's and My Fair Lady. I then also watched Roman Holiday on home media, which I'm now going to be, well, I have now picked it up. So I am 3 out of 7 for this, and I have enjoyed all 3. And so watching her other films, I understand the appeal beyond the obvious physical perfection of this lady. So very happy to have that now, and looking forward to diving in and giving it a watch. Next up, another blind buy. This one is a Blu-ray, although a 4K option was available. I opted for the Blu-ray. This is a new release with slipcover from last year. I missed the theatrical exhibition for this. Getting some great reviews overall. The Substance. This one stars Demi Moore. Also has Margaret Qualley and Dennis Quaid present. A lot of buzz around, I'm guessing that might be Demi Moore, her performance in this film. Sorry that I missed it. I would have preferred to have seen it before committing to this under the circumstances, but it is what it is. This is my eBay pickup, and this is going to be a used title because I'm pretty confident it's out of print. And even with out of print, used copies were somewhat lacking in abundance, and the pricing of them could be a little bit steep. This looks like it's going to need a new case, unfortunately. It looks completely intact, but I'm having trouble lining up the latches on it. It wants to be a little offset. And it's one of the old locking cases, too, with the little locking flaps. You remember those? Anyway, I've been curious since this came out. I never got a chance to see it, but we're talking about The Messenger with Mia Jovovich. Obviously, this is a very old Blu-ray release in the early days when they still had this going on their inserts. And the metallic hues of the artwork behind the character, that's this cool effect. The camera kind of ruins it with all the lights bouncing off of it, but I like that. I like it a lot. I think this came out in 1999, and somehow, like I said, I missed it. I was aware of its release, but I never got an opportunity to check it out, and now I got it, and I got it comparatively at a good price. The disc has 2 smudges on it, but as far as that goes, once those get wiped off, the condition of the disc is pristine, which is obviously the most important. So yeah, this was a made offer on the listing. The seller accepted it, which was great because I haven't had a whole lot of luck with that recently. GRUV time, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. And this whole box here, it's only got one thing in it. So you know what the... Oh, man. Okay. We got to reach out to GRUV because what I got is not what I ordered. This is the complete box set of Dukes of Hazzard. And why is this not what I wanted? Individual cases. They had 2 listings for the Dukes of Hazzard. For Dukes of Hazzard on their site. The one that I selected very specifically said new packaging. This is not the new packaging. I know you all hate this, or at least many of you do, but my preference when it comes to the new packaging is the slim bulk casing. And the new packaging for this has the entire show in 2 separate DVD cases, seasons 1 through 4, and then seasons 5 through 7. It's slimmed down, not by a whole lot, but enough that it matters. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to get the slimmer of the 2 options. So I'm going to have to be in touch with GRUV and get that resolved. That is very disappointing. It's probably just a warehouse mix-up, but it needs to be dealt with nonetheless. First title from this last box from GRUV is not a blind buy, but it is Dark City. And this is the director's cut on Blu-ray. I watched it. I liked it. Remember this gentleman's name here. I'll look him up. I really enjoy this actor. I don't think it's listed here. Oh, yeah. Rufus Sewell. I like him. I discovered him on the TV miniseries, The Pillars of the Earth, which is a great miniseries based on an epic historical novel that is one of my favorites, written by Ken Follett. Next up, Blind Buy. Companion piece to something that's floating around here that I neglected to get on my last purchase because it was not on sale. But this is Gettysburg, the director's cut of that as well. Gods and Generals is the title, which I believe is a prequel to this, if memory serves. Yeah, and it is floating around behind me on my couch. I wanted to have them both on hand before I dove in. Blind Buy, we have an old John Wayne title, although not so old comparatively because this is a 1969 film. Also with Catherine Ross and Jim Hutton. We have Hell Fighters, excuse me, while we continue on accumulating John Wayne titles for the library. almost at an obsessive pace. Next up, non-blind buy. This is a Blu-ray that I hear is of alleged poor quality, but getting something better in the States, I understand, doesn't exist. But there's, I thought a couple years ago I heard of a foreign release. I don't remember who, if it was Severn or Second Sight or someone, put out a really solid Blu-ray or 4K of this. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to roll the dice and see. But we got The Frighteners, starring Michael J. Fox. I don't think I've ever seen this movie in its entirety. I have seen a good portion of it. Also a director's cut. Includes 13 minutes of additional footage. I didn't know there was one. Also, as you can see, this is a somewhat older release because the way that these specs and everything are broken down, that's something they haven't done in quite some time either. It just doesn't have that swoosh on the bottom. Love Michael J. Fox. Do not love this man. This one here, though, is a highly recommended movie for many years, starring should-be convicted murderer or negligent homicide at the very least. Negligent man, arrogant prick, Alec Baldwin, trying very hard to separate the man from the gun-wielding, careless... Okay, that's enough of that. He had his day in court. I understand he might have more. I do not think justice was done in that case. This is a show that is now getting a complete box set in DVD. Why is it not getting a complete box set in Blu-ray is my question. I made this purchase before I found that out. I went hunting. I wasn't able to find any listing for it, so this will be the last season I buy on Blu-ray while I sniff that out some more. But this is season 5 of Shameless. I own season 1 on DVD. I've never been able to find a Blu-ray of that, which is weird. I've only seen a couple episodes of this. Ooh. Yeah, loose discs. I bought this only because of the incredibly low price it was listed at. Obviously, I'm not jumping from season 1 to 5 once I start watching it. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have this held in reserve pending a proper opportunity. Next up, this is pretty darn sure not a blind buy. I just don't have a lot of recollection of watching this film because it's from 1998, and if I saw it, it was only once or in part. This is starring Michael Douglas, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Viggo Mortensen in A Perfect Murder. Very cool thriller from what I recall. Should pair up nicely with, I've got over here, I got the, what would you put that with? I've got A Perfect Murder here. I need to pair that up with something. I have The Game and I have Fatal Attraction. How would you pair those up? Because obviously there's just one that's left hanging and I've got to figure out what to do about that. More TV, more blind buy. Really great price on this one, by the way. And I hear that this is not, although not a complete series, it is a box set, and I understand it's a great place to stop watching. This is Rick and Morty, seasons 1 through 5. I have never seen so much as 5 minutes of Rick and Morty, but I've heard great things up to either season 4 or 5, and then it starts going downhill. Why? I don't know. Apparently it's a writing thing. I don't like this. Look at that. This is what it should look like. I'm going to lose this box. It's going to go away because it takes up extra shelf space. What's up with that? This is the same thing they did with the Godzilla -1 box set. You gotta have a spine, people. Have a spine. Don't be cowards. Boo. Blind buy. Going in the way back machine to, hi kitty. We're traveling back to 1939 on this Blu-ray. Errol Flynn, ladies and gentlemen, in Dodge City. I think this is my second Errol Flynn title. I think I have The Adventures of Robin Hood floating around back here somewhere, recently picked up. But I've never yet watched an Errol Flynn movie. I might have seen 30 seconds of Adventures of Robin Hood in the past. Blu-ray, non-blind buy. Jason Statham. This is from 2004, so early Jason Statham. Not early Kim Basinger, early Chris Evans, and not early William H. Macy in the Blu-ray for cellular. Which, if memory serves, and which I'm going to pair this up with once I've got it, paved the way for phone booth, or vice versa. Phone-based thrillers. How's that for a box set? I like it. 4K non-blind buy with slipcover. Yay! This movie is incredibly well regarded by most but me. There are a handful of movies out there that are well regarded by the vast majority, understandably so, that I recognize are well made, well performed, well written, well acted, across the board. No actual complaints by me about the film, except the fact that I was unengaged by it. And this is one of those titles. I got a good deal on it, so I decided it was time for a second chance. Being someone who doesn't stream, these are my only options. So, The Departed, ladies and gentlemen. You know it, you probably love it, and I'm going to try to. Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, not flying a plane, not bald, and not a hitman, I hope. Departed. American remake of the Chinese film Infernal Affairs, if memory serves. Now it's time. This is also not a blind buy Blu-ray here. We're going to go on a little trip inspired by a recent film that I saw. And we're going to watch, starting with the most recent, working our way back, the Wolfman non-trilogy. This one, Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins, Hugo Weaving. We've got Emily Blunt. This movie I recall not doing so well. Not so well at all. I watched it. I don't remember what impression I got of it. I don't think I disliked it. Includes unrated director's cut and theatrical versions. This should be the director's cut unboxing today, huh? Some pretty cool creature effects there. That I have no real solid recollection of this, but I obviously did a recent review on my channel of the new Wolfman. 2 words in this case instead of 1. This is just the Wolfman. Of course, I have also 2 words. The Wolfman. The original Universal Pictures film, and I have the entire collection, all 7 of them from the Universal Monsters collection. I got the entire box set of this on Blu-ray. I have upgraded to 4Ks wherever applicable. So, yeah, the Wolfman non-trilogy coming soon to a living room near me. Hey, blind buy. Another one of those films that are highly regarded. Have not seen. It is time. I'd like to thank GRUV for their wonderful sale prices for allowing me cost-effective options for doing so. But we have the Coen brothers, Fargo. This is from 1996. Wow, I didn't realize it went back that far. Yes, we have Fargo, and this was starring William H. Macy, Steve Buscemi, Peter Stormare, I've never heard of him, Frances McDormand, of course. Fargo, ladies and gentlemen. Last but not least, we have a Blu-ray thriller, an uncut film, not a director's cut this time. I have seen this. So starring Jim Carrey in his unique role, which is the number 23. I recall enjoying that one quite a bit, and thought it was disturbing, as if that cover art wasn't enough to tell you so. It was recommended to me way back, a girlfriend at the time. I remember enjoying it when I watched it, and thought it'd be a good one to add to the collection. It's it. Aside from needing to contact GRUV on this particular purchase, I am overwhelmingly happy with my haul here. We're not going to look at the misship. There we go. Nice addition to the library, I should say. Have you guys got anything to say about this? And use the word box below. Comment, let me know. What have you bought? What have you watched? What do you think about any of these? You want to yell at me about my slim casing preferences? by all means, come on through. And we must say goodbye to the kitty on the way out. She's passed through again. Look at that little cute face. Huh? Look at that. Hi. Like, let me go, please. Tea smells good. Thanks for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye for now.